Are you separating those assets? Are you insured to run a business out of your home? Should you consider separating your business property from your personal property? And do you have the right insurances set up in place to protect those? I know a business owner here who invented a product, was working out of their home, and then experienced a fire in their home. And the insurance company refuses to insure more than 10% of their business product that was lost in a home fire. That is a huge loss for a small business. So, how can you protect yourself against a loss like that? So, as you scale, it's important to take stock of everything that you're doing, either on a monthly or quarterly basis. Welcome back to the Catalyst Podcast. I'm your host, Sonia Pedowick. Today, we're going to talk about some exciting stuff regarding growing and scaling your business. So, if you're at that point where you're scaling and growing from a side hustle into what might become your main hustle, you're going to start to see some things scale and grow, specifically around maybe your bank account or some of your assets in your business. So, this could be maybe you've started a little business out of your home and you're starting to acquire some merchandise, some inventory, or maybe just some of your bank accounts. You're taking things from your personal bank account and you've started to open some business accounts. Maybe you're following a Profit First model with the book by Mike Michalowicz, and you're starting to divide up and take it really from that small personal or some of your personal accounts into some more business accounts. And you've moved from running things out of your living room into maybe a storage unit or a small co-working space or a business location. It's really important to start to think about how you're going to scale your business, what you're doing to make this a legitimate business, and in particular, how to protect some of those assets. We have a couple of episodes coming up where it's important to start to pay attention to these things and how to protect them, and really starting to think of your business in a bigger scale. It's important to start protecting those things, taking inventory of those things, tracking those things, not only from an asset protection perspective, but being able to track them in an inventory, properly account for them in QuickBooks if you're using QuickBooks or some sort of an accounting software in doing that, but also tracking them from an IT cybersecurity perspective. We have an awesome episode coming up with Ashley Mostowski from First Choice Insurance that's going to be dropping soon that you really should tune into because she drops all the knowledge on insurance and asset protection, and it's really important to be paying attention to that. And there's also an episode with John Amar from Next Tech where he shares some knowledge on how important it is to protect your internet, your cybersecurity, your information technology assets. Those are really important episodes to listen to and pay attention to as a small business, because we often as small businesses don't pay attention to these small little things, and they can become real liabilities if people start to infiltrate your business in that way. So as you start to grow from a small business to a big business, a lot of the mistakes that people make is they just get so busy working in their business that they don't pay attention to the little things. You start to grow in inventory. You start to not track these little things properly, especially when it comes to inventory and assets. Maybe you're not tracking them as it pertains to your taxes, as it pertains to some of the financial pieces. Are you tracking them appropriately in a QuickBooks or financial software in order to give that properly to your accountant or bookkeeper at the end of the year? It's really important to take advantage of the right things when it comes to doing your taxes, making sure that you're categorizing things as cost of goods, as liabilities. And those are individualized conversations that you should be having with an accountant based on your individual situation as it becomes apparent as you structure your business organization. Are you set up as an S Corp? Are you set up as a limited liability? How have you structured your business to protect it from your own personal assets and structured it as a business to separate that liability? It's also important to take into consideration, are you running this business out of your home? Are you separating those assets? Are you insured to run a business out of your home? Should you consider separating your business property from your personal property? And do you have the right insurances set up in place to protect those? I know a business owner here who invented a product, was working out of their home, and then experienced a fire in their home. and the insurance company refuses to insure more than 10% of their business product that was lost in a home fire. That is a huge loss for a small business. So, how can you protect yourself against a loss like that? So, as you scale, it's important to take stock of everything that you're doing, either on a monthly or quarterly basis. What am I doing to protect my business? How am I growing? What are the assets that I have? Have I taken time to ensure everything that I'm doing? Have I taken time to protect everything that I'm doing? Am I growing at the right scale? Do I need to have these things intertwined with my personal finances? Or is it time and should I set them up separately as business finances with my bank? All of these are things that you really can talk to either a business coach about, a financial advisor about, as well as an insurance broker to make sure you're getting the right advice. And all of these people are within the Catalyst ecosystem that we can introduce you to make sure that you're led down the right path. If you like what you saw today on the Catalyst podcast, make sure you subscribe to our show, like it, and share it with someone who you think might also find value.